How's it going, everybody? I like doing interesting videos, somewhat educational sometimes, and I think this is kind of educational. Now you're probably wondering, why am I on Alicia's Cleaning Company Facebook page? Well, I saw this come across my page, and I figured, let's talk about. So the gist of the video here is pretty straightforward. Put in a special cleaning pod that they make for garbage disposals and run the garbage disposal, and it will foam up and it will clean and kill all that mold and bacteria in there, thus making your garbage disposal not smell. Well, the funny part is the comments. People think, and maybe I should phrase it like this first. What do you all think inside of a garbage disposal looks like? Do you think it's a blender with like blades that spin around? Do you really think that? Have you ever looked inside your garbage disposal? Take a minute, take a light, take your phone light, look inside the garbage disposal if you haven't. Make sure it's off, make sure no one's gonna press the button, and maybe remove the rubber piece. Usually you can just pop those right out on most of them. And look inside. It's not blades. There's no knife-like action going on. That's not how your food gets chopped up. There's these little hammer things that slide out. So we're going to take a look at just some of these comments are just hilarious. And let's see, let's go view more comments. Let's see what we find. Oh, a lot of people are saying, I was told by plumbers dump ice down the garbage disposal. How is ice going to sharpen the blade? Now, it might knock a lot of the mold and debris off down there, right? But it's not going to sharpen blades, and because there are no blades in a garbage disposal. So, we can look at more comments here, and hot water, same here, occasional lemon or orange ran. Well, the lemon is probably just going to make it smell better. It's not really necessarily cleaning it. It's not in there long enough to do any action to cleaning it. And then, we can look at videos, how a garbage disposal works. This is how a garbage disposal works. Let's take a look at this. This is how they work. Just in case you thought there were blades in the garbage disposal,
many people think a disposer works like a blender with spinning blades, chopping and breaking down the waste. In reality, disposers work in a different way, and there are no blades involved.
It's those hammer things.
Instead, impellers or lugs mounted on a...
So this is the brand I have. I believe it's an InSinkErator. I have the one that's advertised it can do a pineapple. It's like just under commercial grade. Actually, I was going to get a commercial grade one because I was like, $2,000, I can grind up anything, even bones. Like, the better ones you get have stronger motors, can do more. They do take a little bit more room under your sink. Well, the one we got that cost quite a bit of money that advertised to do a pineapple, it will pretty much eat anything we've thrown at you. Put a corn cob down there, it grinds it up. So there are little kind of knife-like, cheese grater action going on. So these hammers slide out and they push the food items down into here, and these also rotate. They don't slide out, they rotate too. So they fling the food to the sides. These are weighted. They push the food and grind it through this grate. Pretty straightforward. No blender action going.
Spinning plate use centrifugal force to continuously force food waste particles against a stationary grind ring. The grind ring breaks down the food waste into very fine particles, virtually liquefying them. After they're ground, the running water flushes the particles through the grind ring and out of the disposer and into your wastewater pipe.
And depending, from like there, a cheese grater, how fine the screen is, the debris will be small and it will go through. Now, when we first moved into our house, it was just a cheap unit. It was pretty loud that the builder, I'm guessing the builder put in. And it would, like, if you dump couscous in, it would actually be big enough, the piece would be big enough, and it would just clog the pipe. Now, if you put like couscous in our new one, in the one that does the pineapple, it grinds so small that it spits it out and it goes through the drain just fine. Never an issue. We've never had a clogged pipe. this, how it works, kind of going through the different grading, works really good. And I highly recommend the one that does the pineapple. I don't even remember. Let's see. InSync E-Rator. Yeah. Oh, maybe it's not. Is it not the InSync? Let's see. No, okay, not what I was thinking. But anyways, I'll hear somebody actually putting pineapple down, and anyways, just get a good good garbage disposal. That's mainly what I'm saying. But it's funny reading the comments. So many people here think there's blades, and there's some people that know there's no sharp blades, like this person, but people laugh at them and yell at them, and you know, that person's going with Dennis, so it's a crusher. Bet if you put your hand in it certainly won't crush it, but it would certainly rip your hands to pieces. You would have to force your hand down inside. It's not like the blender where the blades are kind of sticking up in the center, and that from the get-go is going to be doing a lot of cutting action. I'm not going to try this, and I don't recommend trying this, but if you were to put your hand down the Syncerator and there was nothing in it, just your hand, you probably could touch the center thing, because these things would be spun out. That I wouldn't try it, but you could probably touch a finger on that and be okay. You would really have to cram your hand down into this to where these are flinging your hand out, pressing it against, and smashing it against the side. You know, yeah, you don't want to do that, but it's not like the horror movies where we see somebody, you know, grabs that person's hand and they shove it down the garbage disposal. That's not what occurs. You don't get any blender action where the blender is pushing stuff up, like you see the blood goes squirting up and stuff. That's not what happens. I can take the rubber cap off of the sink, look down in there with the water running, with it running, and nothing splashes up. You can even toss food in. You might get a speck of water fly out or something because of the food being crunched, but the flap just makes sure nothing too big just immediately falls in, restricts the size, so you have to push it in, and nothing will come out for safety reasons. But I've run it with it open, looking for the gristle or whatever, because gristle still, unfortunately, at least with a home grade one, will not get crushed enough. Now, maybe a commercial one has some type of blade / action, a lot of stuff going on, although it's probably not blades, from what I've heard from people that have worked in kitchens and like universities, where basically you can put a glass down there and it's gone, never to be seen again. It's probably just bigger hammers, a bigger cavity to put more stuff in at once, bigger mechanism to crush, bigger grading area. That's what I'm guessing in a commercial grade one, and thus it can take bigger objects, and it's just going to pulverize them and grind them and spit them down the drain. But yeah, this is how some are inside. As you notice, I don't know what's going on. This must be a cheap one. Cheap ones are probably made totally inadequate. I wish I had an old one so I could look inside and just tell you, like, yeah, this cheap one, this is how it's made. Yeah, I mean, as you can tell, that's not going to do too much pounding action, where our InSinkErator one has these big, heavy-duty, like, weighted hammers on the end. And I guess that's why it works so good. People saying lemons cleans perfectly. No, you're just deodorizing it. That's not cleaning. Oh, somebody responded to me, if you didn't know who I was. Yes, I have a lot of accounts. Disposals are for cleaning out small amounts of food waste that get in the sink. Intentionally putting things in there is causing blockages and dirty pipes. You wouldn't have small sinks and clogs if you don't shove things in there. I don't have clogged sinks or anything. Oh, this is because saying I went with the one that does the pineapple, and I would have went with blah, blah, blah. You know, you can put a corn cob in there. Apparently, I'm getting a lecture. Whatever. That is exactly what disposals are. And here, this person responds to that person directly. That is exactly what disposals are for, to put food in. You must be new here. Lemon rinds are a perfect thing to put in. Yeah, exactly. It's to put food in and stuff. That is what, God, it's like, where are these people? Where do these people live and grow up? There's one person that actually said in their main post, like, well, you shouldn't be putting anything down a garbage disposal. That's not what they're made for. What are they made for? You know? Construction man works like a champ. Ice, sharpening metal. Yeah, exactly. And then this person's rebuttal is, well, it's cut through the Grand Canyon. You know, it might clean off some of the, like, food debris off the hammers and stuff. It's not going to work well. Other people in the comments have talked about how the ice actually broke their unit. Yeah, if you have a cheap unit, it's probably not really going to grind ice. Ice is actually a pretty hard substance. You know, frozen water is pretty dang hard. You know, ours will do it, no problem. But our other one, I don't know, man. That thing, seemed like it had a hard time doing anything. So there's different grades. Those plumbers were trying to drum up business for themselves by having to replace the stuff you destroy when you do that. Yeah, putting the ice in. Probably, you know, plumbers don't give a shit. They want you to come back. You know, they need the business. Mine told me, dude, every time there's a smell, you've had a busy week, and I haven't been able to shred the food in several days. Again, we're talking as if ice does anything. I mean, do you people just blindly believe somehow ice is magical and ice would sharpen a knife, assuming it was knife blades in there? It's not going to work, you know. And like, here's another person, they don't have blades. Like, people are actually laughing that they don't have blades. It's so sad that, let's see, 15 left. So 15 people, here they all are. Here they all are, public information here, because they went ahead and posted, you know, their laugh. Here it is. You people are all stupid. You don't know that they don't have blades. You got one wow, so one person's probably surprised. Well, now you learned something. 8 people said, yeah, that's right. They don't have blades. In reality, garbage disposals work in a different way, and there are no blades involved. Instead, impellers or lugs mounted on a spinning plate use centrifugal force. God, why can't I say that today? Force to continuously force food waste particles against a stationary grind ring. That's 100% correct. Yes, there are blades. I've touched them multiple times, almost cut myself on them. There are no blades. I guess I only know older style because when I reach my hand in, I feel a point. There are not blades that need to be sharpened. And I'm not trying to act smart, just letting people know there are no blades to be sharpened. That's correct, there are no blades. I thought this was BS, but there are really aren't any blades in a garbage disposal. Well, this person just got educated. Good for you. Julian? Let's see what picture they shared. Here's the picture. Nope. Yep. There's the grind ring. Yep. You know, was there at one time blades? Maybe way back. I don't know. Maybe when they were invented, there were blades, because that would make sense, right? You have a blender. What if I do a blender in a sink to grind food? Yeah, I could see that being a possibility back in the day. So it's a myth that has just carried on. And it's probably for safety reasons why they don't have blades. You know? They do actually, but probably not how people are thinking. Some styles have blades on the sides. No, that's a grind ring. That's not blades on the sides. They are propellers, but act as blades. Just trying to act smart. What? That makes they are propellers, but act as blades. No, they're not blades. They push the food to the grind ring. I already showed the video over here. Here, go back. Here's the video, people.
With breaking down the waste. In reality, disposers work in a different way, and there are no blades involved.
So you're saying the company that makes the most popular garbage disposal, InSinkErator, doesn't know what they're talking about, and that food isn't falling like this, and you have some type of blender part here that, you know, grinds. I'm beginning to think if ours is an InSinkErator. There's a couple brands. Huh. I guess I need to look. I don't remember. I just know it was the one that does pineapples. But anyways, they are propellers, act as blades, blah, blah, blah. Google, there are no blades. Yeah, you know, it's just hilarious. That's why I thought I'd make this video to share with you all, because I found this hilarious. It's amazing how dumb people are. This is something in their house that they can look into. Even if you thought there was blades and you see these comments where people are like, there's no blades, wouldn't you go to your kitchen, look in the freaking garbage disposal and be like, huh, there are no blades. Maybe look on YouTube and say, oh, that's how that works? And that's how I found that video. I just typed in, how does the garbage disposal work? I figured somebody would have a breakdown, somebody would be talking about it, and sure enough, the company themselves talk about it. Obviously, folklore is that they have blades. Try metal shavings. If you can't find metal shavings in quantity, just use fork and spoons. Obviously, I think they're being sarcastic. Yes, my husband used to work on garbage disposals all the time, and when we were living in an apartment with one, he always told me to use ice and salt, and I always did. And that sometimes even took a bottle brush to clean any excess grime the ice didn't get. So, okay, let's go back clean. So I'm laughing at these various cleaning techniques. Okay, I pop the rubber thing out of the sink. The backside of that will be nasty. You take my Dawn soap, my scrub brush, and I scrub it clean. That's clean. If there's anything in the opening, take the scrub brush, reach in with the Dawn soap, and scrub it off. It all takes about 5 seconds to do. Probably takes an extra 5 seconds or 10 seconds to get the rubber part back into how it seats into the sink, but it's not that big of a deal. Now, for some reason, you can't remove that rubber drain, catch kind of thing, you know, so you have to push in the food. If you can't remove that rubber part, what you do is just reach in and clean it. I don't know, I've reached in garbage disposal a lot. Obviously it's not on, and B, I make sure there's no other one in the kitchen that's going to accidentally press that button, and you know, I pick out the whatever's in there that might not be grinding. And, you know, we've had various things fall in there, like cleaning a fish tank, have some rocks fall in there, and you turn it on, you hear the rocks banging around. Okay, gotta reach in there, figure out where the rocks are, pick them out, turn it back on. Okay, is there a noise? If there's a noise, go back in, look for the rock. You know, it's not a big deal. It's like people are scared to go in there. And that's all you have to do to clean it. The main stink is coming from underneath that piece of rubber, because food and mold builds up under there. So you want to clean under that. So if you can remove that, that's the easiest way. You just pull it out and clean it and put it back into place. Ours has like a little groove that it kind of snaps into and stays there. Works great. I highly recommend. That's all you have to do. You don't have to go through putting chemicals down the drain. You don't have to use lemon. I mean, unless you just like the lemon scent, I suppose. But yeah, you don't have to go through all that to clean a garbage disposal. It's funny, you don't have to go through the whole cleaning pod, which this Alicia's cleaning company, I'm not saying she's wrong, by the way. She's probably right. She probably does great work, so I'm not bashing her at all. You know, she just shared a video, which is awesome. She shared something that, man, got people talking, right? And it's all over. I mean, it came up on my page as just a reel or something. I forget how it came up. And that has people looking at her as, hey, I happen to be in Michigan. I happen to be in Oakland and Macomb County. and I know where exactly that's at in Michigan, hey, I might give her a call. You know, she's sharing some good tips. And yeah, you know, she's just sharing like you can do this and it deodorizes it and somewhat cleans it out. Stinky sink. And let's be honest here. She could be doing a lot more than this too. She could be putting that in. This is just a short TikTok video that she shared to her TikTok page, as you see right there. And she could be still reaching in and kind of cleaning any other gunk out, but this might have been, you know, just to deodorize it. It looks like when she does it, there we go, she turns it on, it foams up, and you can see right there there's black bits in it. So it is pulling stuff, and they do make a product for this. It's not like she's putting in a Tide Pod or something for you people. So I'm not saying she's doing a bad job or she's a bad company. It's great marketing because look, it worked. How many? She has 2,000 comments, 1.5 thousand shares. I mean, that's a lot of shares for just a little company out of Oakland and Macomb County. So Alicia, I give you props up. Great marketing here. You're using social media how you should be using it for marketing your business. I mean, when you can get that many eyes on your page, possibly clicking through and getting to your page, man, you're going to, percentage of those, there's going to be a percent that are in those areas, and another percentage of those will maybe email you, look at your website, and possibly a percentage of those will actually contact you, and then a percentage of those, because it gets less each time, will possibly hire you to come clean their house. So great job. You did a fantastic job marketing. Props to you. And this is how you should use social media for your business, nonprofit, etc. if you actually want to grow something. Because like right here, you know, she had 78 shares just on this, just on that right there. I mean, that's crazy that somebody would be sharing stuff. I mean, 3 shares on that. 17 goes. Let's go to the next video. 7 shares on this. Yeah, actually I do when I'm showering. I do wipe the top of that. It's nasty up there. Yeah, people do that. See, she's giving some great tips that you can just do while you're showering. Wipe that off. It's that easy. I know. The first time I ever did it, you know, when you're younger and you get your first house, you don't think about that stuff, and you do it, and you're like, oh my God, is it dusty, nasty? And you have to do it a few times because to get all the dust that built up there. That's amazing. So she's sharing a bunch of stuff and she's getting good shares. So like I said, props to her. She's using this properly. It's just, I thought, hilarious that people didn't know garbage disposals didn't have blades. I'm just shocked that people didn't realize that. They thought they were like blenders. Wow. If I'm wrong, go ahead and make a video. Show me the inside of your garbage disposal. Maybe it's old. Maybe you can figure out the date on it. And then we can trace that back as to what company, at what time. And okay, the myth started, maybe reality started at, you know, in the 60s. And then later they changed and it became myth after that because I didn't grow up with one with blades. And I'm 46 years old. So, you know, anyone younger than me hasn't grown up with one with blades unless they have a really old house, at which point I would be amazed that their garbage disposal is still working, because old homes, the innards of garbage disposals would rot out after time. So the person saying they put ice and salt in, that would actually be very bad for the old ones because they weren't stainless steel. So they would actually rot out over time. Like ours is stainless steel. There is nothing that will corrode and rust out. It's stainless steel, like the sink. It's gonna last a long time, and it's really, if the motor goes, you know, it's probably gonna last 30-40 years. Motor goes, oh well, you go spend $800, $1,000, buy a good one, put it in, and you're done for another 30 years. Well, I'll be dead, so it won't matter to me. I'm just saying. Anyways, you all take care. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Did you think they had blades actually? And if so, why? and does yours and make a rebuttal video showing yours with blades. That would be kind of fun. And let me know if you do with a link. I'll allow the link on the video, on my video. And yeah, we'll have a little fun and maybe learn something here about the history of garbage disposals. Anyways, stay well, take care, my friends, and have a good one. Bye.